Hey everyone, welcome to the channel, The Plumbing Gurus. This is the on-site edition. This is a small rental that we just finished today. We started this morning and we finished today. So wasn't too crazy of a day, but it was a good day of work that we got done. Let me walk you through a few things that we did. For one, what we had here is there was a drain. The tub was sitting here. This was like a skirted tub. So the tub drain was sitting right there, and we relocated it to a island tub drain, which these things are really cool and neat to have. What they do is you connect your Wadco to the bottom of the tub with a little tailpiece, and you take that off, and that tailpiece slides right into that island tub drain. They're somewhat of a lifesaver, especially if you've got to take the tub in and out a couple times to connect the water lines or adjust it or whatever you're doing. You just got to make sure that when you do set this island tub drain, that if you're using a Wadco, make sure, depends on what you want to plan for. But we plan for here, it's what's it called, an indirect?
We're going to do a direct
We're going to use a direct drain, so that means the drain is going to fall straight down from the bottom of the tub, and there's going to be a T that's going to run this way, and that's going to pick up the overflow.
That's right.
So that's how we have that set up and roughed in. The faucets are going to be mounted on top of the deck of the tub, so we don't have to worry about a floor-mounted faucet. Yeah, and we always like to keep a couple inches from the
Yeah, I
drywall.
left about 2 inches. They're doing drywall and tile there, so I left 2 inches. It's a 36-inch tub, so they'll have a couple inches in behind here.
Right. Yeah. And that's just so when you're setting the tub, you're not nicking the drywall. I did make that mistake once, and I put it close because the customer wanted me to, and it was a nightmare. So always leave yourself a couple inches of room on the back of the tub. It gives you just some wiggle room. If you're going to wiggle the tub down, you're not going to be damaging the walls.
That's right.
So
yeah, those tub drains are the best. Literally just drop it on. You can pull it in and out, and they're amazing.
Yeah, I was a little worried about it when I did the first one. I was like, oh yeah, here's another part that's going to leak. But we haven't had any issues. We've probably installed 15 to 20 of them, and we haven't had any issues with them at all.
This is the brand we're using, OS&B. Mm-hmm. These things are slick. They're like over $100 though, but they're worth every penny to make your life easy.
$100 Canadian.
If you have ever installed a freestanding tub without one of these and didn't have a nightmare, please let us know how you did it.
Yeah. Yeah. So moving along. So what they did is they added a sink in the laundry room, and they also relocated the drain for the shower. So when we bring our shower, our standpipe up, what we do is we don't glue this piece. So the tile guy can just come in here, take this off. He can set his strainer at whatever height he needs it, and then he'll be able to just cut a small piece of pipe, and he'll just glue this
and the
right
reason
in there for us.
we didn't glue a strainer in here is because it's going to be a Schluter system, and they come with their own drains.
Right.
So we always ask what kind of system they're doing, and a lot of times now they just do Schluter, so we just stub up a pipe. If they're not doing Schluter and it's going to be a drain, we'll just glue our own on and set it to the height, but this is just easier for us.
That's right. And then here we had to use a fern coal. Usually we try to stay away from using them as much as possible, but in this case there was zero play moving this drain either way. So I was forced to use a fern coal. That's that there. On the back there you can see that's the fern coal. So behind it there, that's the Y that I used to come up for the sink, and that just comes up and it shoots way over. So you can see all the amount of work it took to do all this. Like I had to take out my bit and drill a hole through. Narrow. I had to go put another extension on. I had to go through this way. He wanted the drywall above the baseboard here, so we didn't have to mess around. I could have probably cut it out there. But he asked me just to leave it above the baseboard. Yeah.
One thing I just want to add here, the reason that we had to also, this 2-inch line, it runs this way, so it's wet venting the shower and the tub. Like it comes about here and then turns, and then it goes up to the sink, and that's what's venting. That is venting the tub and the shower. So for us to have a tub and shower wet vented through this sink, we wouldn't really be allowed to tie this 1.5 inches upstream of this Y, so that's why
Right.
we had to tie it in downstream that way. So that's legal. We can do up to 6 fixture units into a 2-inch drain.
That's
So I'd
right.
throw that out there.
Yeah, that's right. Well, watch your step. There's a hole. And then, so while we're here, we'll go check out the laundry room sink after, but that's pretty basic. But in here, this is Karsten's beauty work here. So what they have here, this is a Real Bell shower valve. So this is a 4-function shower valve. So you can have 4 different functions running all at the same time. Which is really neat. But the thing is you want to make sure you run 3/4. There's 3/4 inch water feed lines to them. So we want to make sure we keep it 3/4 inch because you are going to get a decent amount of volume of water coming out. So in this case, we're only doing a 3-function. So there is a rain head.
So yeah, we got 2 rain heads, and we just kind of split them 3 ways, just centered them how the contractor wanted it, essentially.
Actually, jumping back to the drain, we just put the drain center of the shower.
Drain is center of the shower this way.
Yeah.
But then this way, we don't always go center. So there's a bench along this whole back wall. That's going to be like a 14-inch bench. That whole back wall going this way lengthwise. So then we centered the drain between the bench and the curb of the shower. So the curb of the shower, you can see here. They wanted it 4.5 inches, so we centered it between the curb of the shower.
That's right.
And the bench.
Yeah. So that's why you'll notice everything is a little off center this way,
it doesn't look
because
center.
we centered everything from if you're standing in the shower. So that means you got a 14-inch bench, like Carson was saying, and then you've got your curb here. So this is where you're going to be standing. That's going to be the center of the shower, where you're standing at for a person.
That's right.
So it's going to be like right here. Versus if this bench wasn't here, the center would be over here. So when you are doing your shower and you are setting these up, it's important that you do take account for the bench. If there is a bench in there, that you use that as your space for your center. So you minus that off the center, minus it off your total width, and then take whatever's left and make that your center of the shower. It just works out a lot better. So this is also, we put the slide bar drop elbow on the bottom. That way, when this hose will, at finish stage, will drop down. And if the slide bar, the shower head is on the left side, this hose will run like this and come up right here. So, and we put the slide bar center. So the reason why we put it below here is that so that the hose doesn't interfere with the valve handles. If you have it over here, sometimes that hose will come down and want to come this way into the valve handle, and it's somewhat annoying, and people aren't usually happy at the finished product. So we want to keep everybody happy.
Yeah.
And we learned that through experience.
Many mistakes.
Many mistakes, yeah.
So we ended up just capping one of them. Like, this is a 4th line that we could have tied in. We have two rain heads up here. And then this is just our drop elbow. We could have done a 4th one, like another slide bar or something, but they didn't want it. So this valve function, there's 2 diverters. There's one diverter up here with a thermostatic, its own, and then another one down here with a diverter with a thermostatic. So these are 2 separate valves built into one, and it's super slick.
Really neat. And it also has shutoffs inside as well, because these don't come with cartridges. So if you just leave those valves on, or if there wasn't valves on there, the water would always mix. So you would never get hot water anywhere in the house, really, because this would be mixing the water all the time. Whenever you call for water, this would start mixing and shoot out lukewarm water to a cold toilet line, per se. So yeah.
And this is Real Bell. I don't know if we mentioned that or not.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Real Bell, great product.
Real Bell.
We love it, and it's Canadian
made.
So we'll make our way over. You can see we just tied off the water lines. That is a 3/4 inch line, so we know that we're not going to be taking too much flow away from the old shower system.
Got to do this fun work.
Yeah, this was fun. So. As you can see how tight it is in there to drill everything, and I had to notch out the stud there to get my crimpers in there for the water lines. But we try to make it as neat and clean as possible. So here we just ran the drain over and up. We put a clean out at the bottom. So that clean out's going to clean all the way back to that 2-inch if you ever need it. Those are the 2 water lines, and this vent runs up into the ceiling, into the attic space, and we just found a vent inside the attic space that we tied into. So
that was me. I got to crawl up there. It's
yeah,
fun. It's great.
Karsten's
Love it.
job. And we're not going to go up there because it's a pain.
Yeah.
And this is what it looks like here. I am going to be strapping this up here, so but that's just how it looks on this side. Nothing too crazy. This is pretty basic for us. Yeah. Yeah. So
Nice little laundry ad, and like we were concerned we were gonna have to. They didn't want to break up any of this tile and tie into anything in here, because there's a laundry over there, and so we did what we could to make it so that we could not have to ruin this room for them.
right, and it is nice to have a sink in your laundry. You know, if you're, let's say you need to soak some hockey equipment, or if you're dirt bike gear, or you know, work clothing, or you got to soak a bunch of socks with bleach in a sink. You know that. You know, it's great to have a laundry sink. I wish I had one. I might get one.
Might have to put one in.
I might have to put one in.
Me.
Yeah, call Karsten. Hey, I need help.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's it. If you guys do, you know, have done something similar to this that you've done differently or whatever, give us a shout out. Let us know what you did. Don't forget, subscribe if you haven't already. Smash that like button. Leave a comment. You guys know the drill. We will see you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching.